Unmute, mute, mute. Cool. All right. Hey, y'all. So I am hoping that this is working correctly, because if it is, you can hear me. I think it is working right. Yeah, it looks like it probably is. Let's crank that up all the way. Now, I think that should, hold on. I just need to check something real quick. All right. I think that sounds right. So we'll just go with it and pretend it is. And if you have problems hearing, like, let me know. I'd be more than happy to fix it. So we are going to be working on iHog today. I have it. You can see it here. iHog's open here on the iPad mini. We have Xcode open here. I'm going to have to make the text a lot bigger for you to see. We're trying something different with the mic because obviously this mic's not in front of me, but it can be if we need to. I'm hoping we don't need it. I'm going to try using a different mic today. But with that being said, let's hop in. All right, so let's switch real quick. All right, so what are we going to do today? Well, like I said, we're going to work on iHog. So let's go ahead and adjust some screens. I don't really need to show Figma anymore. So let's delete that and let's actually make, let's just show Xcode. There we go. Now we can see a lot of Xcode. And then what we're going to do also though is we're going to throw in, move me a little bit up here. All right, and then we'll throw in, it really doesn't need to be the display size, but what we want is a simulator. 16 by 9 work? Yeah, it works enough. There we go. And that way we can keep an eye on what Xcode's doing right above me. All right, eventually, like I said, I'll have stuff that shows all of this. All right, so like I said, what we're gonna do, work on some Xcode things. So let's, all right, so what I've done so far, we can see the app has actually looked a little bit different than we last saw it, which is great. But so I really, I've started reading a little bit more about Xcode and Swift itself. So I've started reading a lot more about how SwiftUI works with views and how we can probably actually make this work a lot better and be a lot more size friendly based on the sizes that are available. And that is utilizing the geometry reader, which I've been reading this super awesome book. Let me pull it down real quick. So I've been reading this super awesome book by, I don't know who. Big Mountain Studios, Mark Moykins. I got it from a recommendation on YouTube, to be honest. But what it really opened my eyes to was how Geometry Reader works. So let's hop to that section because I've never used Geometry Reader, but basically what I understand is how Geometry Reader should work is by, you can't see it anyway because I'm not showing that part of the screen. So how Geometry Readers should work, it should allow you to calculate the space that's actually available on the screen, which is pretty neat. So instead of using size classes exactly, so size classes, they allowed you to see what's a regular by compact, all that fun stuff. But they have some major limitations that I'm really, really hitting, and it's not the best necessarily. So the limitations that I really am hitting are an iPad mini and an iPad Pro are the same size class, meaning that the super tiny, tiny baby iPad mini is the same as the iPad Pro 12.9 inch, which is obviously not the same size. I would like those screens to actually be a little bit different, either button size or spacing wise, because if we do that, then the user will just have a better experience. Yes, buttons shift around, so your muscle memory isn't necessarily the same, but at least it's a better experience overall, and you get to access all the buttons a little bit easier. Sorry for water sounds. So that's where this geometry reader is really going to come into play. Like I said, I've never really used it before, so bear with me while I try to make it work. Because like I said, I don't know what I'm doing necessarily with it, which is fine. We got to try new things every now and then. So let's hide that. All right. So where would be a good place for me to start trying this? I'm going to say a good place is actually just in this view right here. So in this regular front panel programming view. And how does it work? So I basically just let's comment out everything inside this. Let's just comment everything out inside this inside this struct already. And then, so it looks like I can just do a geometry reader _ in. And then let's see, let's put a background color. Let's see what happens. Just because I've not seen what's going to happen. So I haven't been able to play with it. And that's actually what prompted me wanting to really do. I was actually on the fence today on whether or not I would do today's live stream, but I decided I would go ahead and do it. Okay, so we see this pink here, and I wonder if it grows. So you know how we can check if it grows is there's this handy dandy size. So we can say, apparently Geometry Reader has what's called a geometry proxy. So we can actually say this geometry proxy is what's going to get us the size. So let's just do geometry. And we can see it's a struct here, but I'm sure if we just say proxy and give it a variable to just go into, that should be awesome. So let's do width. And I really only care about the width right now. And call it .size.width. And let's see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen, so this will be fun. Today is going to be all about fun. Okay, so we have 8-bit 12. Okay, so yeah, so the geometry reader, that's good to know, is actually going to like, it adjusts based on what size is open. So if the sidebar is open, it's obviously going to be smaller than if it's all open right there, which is super awesome. It's super good to know. Great. So like I was saying, I actually like wasn't sure if I was going to do this today, but then I decided like, why not? Why not do this today? I got really excited to start like working on my app. I go in sprints of like, yeah, I'm going to spend all my time working on iHog to like, I'm not going to spend any time at all working on iHog. And I am in one of those, like, I really want to get it done. I need to get it good. I want to get it done. I want it looking good. That kind of stuff just needs to go out and needs to happen. All right, so let's go ahead and let's Command L that. That way we can comment it out. Let's uncomment this part and let's figure out how many like columns we need exactly. Because, excuse me, what I'm thinking is I can keep these proportionate now that I know about Geometry Reader, and we can keep these like scaling down actually a lot better. All right, so I have 2 columns here. I mean, I have 3, so if we break this up into a little bit of a grid, let's duplicate the scene real quick. And let's just focus on, boom, nope, sure, whatever. That's fine, copy of scene is fine, I don't really care. And let's bring in simulator. All right, so focusing on this app, well, we have basically 4 columns here. We have 3 columns here. We have the, I don't know why I thought moving it would move me, but it doesn't. That's not how this works, Megan. All right, so focusing on the simulator. Let me label my scene here. So we focus on the simulator. We have we have basically a grid. We have this one row up here, and then so it's 2 rows. We have the encoder row and then the buttons row, basically. And the buttons row is broken up into 1, 2, 3 columns, 2 of equal length, 2 equal sizes, and then 1 not equal size, 1 a little bit bigger. But I think this will be fine. So basically, the top is going to be smaller no matter what, which should be fine to just live in the VStack like it does. So what happens if we just mush this into the geometry reader? That's what I want to try to do. Whoops. Y'all don't need to see my big face like that. And if I'm too quiet, like, let me know, please. I'd be super happy. I'm super curious, like, how I sound right now. I'm doing something a little bit different with my audio than I normally do. So, you know. All right, so let's do this. And we'll comment that part out. All right, so we have that VStack going. Basically, we just dropped it in Geometry Reader. No other reason besides I wanted to drop it in there, just to see. Literally, barely just dropping it into the Geometry Reader gave, like, everything back. As we can see here, like, if I hit this button, it's a little bit all spaced to the left, but we can work with this. This is something that's workable. I'm pretty sure. I say as I really don't know. Ooh, that pink is really hurting my eyes right now. But if we see, like, it's moving over better. So what's really killing me is that equal spacing is not there. What I think we can do is, so if I know 30, 30, 40 is, I think we can do this. Hold on. I don't actually know what I'm going to be able to do yet. It's a great time to research. Okay, so that's not... That's not what I wanted. So those are spacers. So what if I did... So let's try this. Let's comment this out. We know this is actually slightly working. Let's bring this back in. And what if I did divide by 3? Let's see what happens there. Sorry, I really don't know. All right, so there's no alignment or positioning specified, but how would one specify positioning? Okay, so to use position, oh, did that just not happen? Oh, we're just, is that better? Ah, I see. That should be, these should be done. There we go. That should run. Okay, so we just give it a dot position of that, of dot size dot width slash whatever. So by doing this, and we want it to be relative. So in theory, if I do this, it'll actually like help me a lot. So because we'll make this relative, so we'll do, let's uncomment this out. Let's comment that back out. So let's do, we know we need that. V stack encoder wheel H stacks. So I wonder, dot position. Aha. Okay, this isn't going to be good, but let's see what happens. I'm just going to move it. It's going to be a third of this H stack, which I don't know is necessarily what I want. See? Hey. Dobby. Please stop licking yourself. Thank you. Okay. Because that is reading a third. So basically it's going into whatever it's... Or should I be /30? Because I want 30%, not 3%. Let's try it. I don't know. I also don't know how this acts like once I start nesting views, which is what I'm doing. Haha, that's actually better. But, okay, so it's taking it from the center. Because, so geometry readers always take from the center. So I feel like 25. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. I'm just playing, y'all. We're just all playing here. And if you know geometry reader, like, please drop a comment. I'd be super happy to have any kind of help on this. Not now. Programming. Okay, so we can see it moved it a little bit further over. So really, I think this should just be divide by, I mean, this should be just with divide by 5. I don't think 5 is right, but let's see what happens. Yeah, 5's not right, but check that out. 1 second. This is very important. No. one of my friends got a kitty cat and sent pictures, so it was quite important for that. All right, so let's, okay, so this is kind of doing what I wanted. So it's always, I think it's 5% of the total view. So I wonder if I move that. I don't know, what's divide by 2 do? Oh, now it's even further over. Okay, so that's basically like in half, if we think about it. So if that's in half, then 5 was in 3. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm sorry if this is annoying. I don't know what this does, so I'm just trying to talk it out loud and try to. Okay, so 3, 5, 10. Where is that coming from? I think it's from content. No, iHog app. This. Can we just like comment this out for now? I think that should be fine. Okay, so this is actually exactly where I want it basically aligned, I think. Okay, so then in content view in here, let's see. I think if my theory is right, this will work. If not, it won't. Obviously, if I'm not right, it's obviously not going to work. Okay, so this is slightly better. What if I just do 100? And then I go into programming. Okay, so why is there all that space on the right? Let's get rid of some of that horizontal padding. Padding at the bottom. Like, that's just not necessary right now. Okay, we are getting closer, I think. Can we do like dot purple, maybe? Is purple gonna be better on my eyes? I don't know. Not really. Okay, but slightly better. I mean, not really at all. TBH, not better. So what do we do? /8. Programming. -65. So it's just a matter of like knowing how the math works. And I can tell you, I don't know how the math works. Because like, where is it? I don't know. I don't know where it is. Like, where did it go? That is a great question. That is not what I care about. Dobby, just go lay down. Like, where? Where'd it go? I don't know. So in theory, like, note the position modifier uses the view center point when setting up the X and Y parameters. So it's probably using the center point of the whole thing. So I probably actually want plus 100. Oh no, that's a lie. That is a total lie. What does divide by 100 do? We don't know. We actually haven't even seen these buttons. Like maybe they just disappeared. Well, it's back. I wonder if for some reason it's just not going over all the way to the right. Which could totally be true. I might just be completely losing my mind because it's just like stuck here. Well, VStack's aligned centrally anyway. Trailing. All right, so we're aligned trailing wise. Cool. And the H stacks only take up as much width as they need, so we're actually missing quite a bit. So let's do this. And programming. Okay. I don't think that did anything that I wanted it to do. And dot background is color dot red. Red. Okay, so we can see that it's actually extending the whole thing. Whole thing is red, which it should be. This is exactly what we want, y'all. Why are these buttons above? I have no idea, but why don't we just try to make them not be? Because first off, like, this is just all kinds of wrong for what it's doing. All right, programming. Oh, I don't know what you're doing. All right, we have a pretty basic VStack here. Everything is just on top of each other. Why is everything on top of each other? This makes no sense. Maybe it is where I put my geometry reader. Maybe I don't need the geometry reader there. Oh, yep, you are correct, because it does not exist. Whoops. You really couldn't figure out that just an enter had to be there, Xcode? Come on. All right, let's see. Under programmer. All right, so this is looking better because it's all squished together. Is that true? Okay. So let's put the geometry reader actually inside this H stack. So we're gonna put geometry reader, geometry proxy in, boom, and let's do this way. All right, so basically all this did here was it extended it. Now, our height is not right. Because I need to take up the full height of this H stack here, without it taking up the full height of that H stack. Like, you know, it's a fun time. Ooh, Xcode beta Xcode Cloud betas are coming out. Did I get one? Hold on, y'all. That's YouTube. I'm live. NFTs. I do not care. I mean, I probably don't need it necessarily. To be honest, I don't need it at all. And no, I don't have one. Ugh, I'm jelly though, but apparently Xcode betas are going out, so xCloud betas, let's go. That's a fun thing. Xcode Cloud betas are going out. Which is neat. I mean, I use continuous integration. I love continuous integration. You can actually find quite a few videos about continuous integration here, but I don't use it properly in Xcode for like fun building things. All right, so this isn't right. Can I force a width and a height? Probably not. Ooh. So I probably can't force a height and a width because geometry readers purely just read how much space is given. It's not actually like telling me. Okay. So let's try doing something else. I think I'm on the right track. I just don't think it's working correctly how I want it to. Let's see. I just got to think it all through. Because, like I said, it's not working how I want it to, how I thought it would. And I think I got geometry readers and freaking spacers confused because I think I was reading about something different and I got really excited. So let's get rid of these geometry things. Okay, and boom. Run that again for me. Let's do, great, we are running. We are here. It is queer, sorry. All right, basically I like it. I just need to all be spaced evenly. So there's this other concept of using spacers to be relative. Set the minimum length of the spacer's initializer. So let's try doing it this way. Let's do let's just say 10. 65? Oops, nope, that's wrong. Here. Okay, so this is the H stack. I don't really care about the H stack. I mean, I do and I don't. So that's right. That's right. And then here, here, here. This is gonna be all wrong. I know it is. Like, let's just pull it in. Okay. They're close. We are getting closer. We are wrong, but we're still getting closer. I will take getting closer better than being straight up just don't know what's happening. 10, 10. All right, this is where I get tired and I'm like, var min space equals 10, CG float 10. And this could actually be a constant. didn't take any of the space. Oh, that's great. It didn't extend whatsoever. Maybe I'm thinking about this wrong again, which is fine. Like, I totally can. I just don't. Okay, so this is exactly how min space should work. Haha. We have, so look, it extended exactly how it should. Is there a max length? No, there's not. Dobby, for real, boy. 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 Okay, so that's not how that works. Cool. All right, let's align this to the bottom. Dobby. Thank you. All right, so like really it's just this part here. Times 2. Programming, okay. But like, why doesn't it grow more? So like, why isn't it getting like taller on the top? Is it because the V-stack isn't taking up the entire space it needs to? Probably. That's actually probably exactly what's happening. Dobby, for real. All right, so what's going on here? Yeah. You're right. I was right, 100%. Okay, so how do I get equal spaces there? All right, let's see. How to make VStack take up full height. SwiftUI. I want it to be full height, like, it has more height, it just isn't taking it all the way. Take it all the way. Frame.max. So we'll do a dot frame height dot infinity. That should sure, pink is fine. It really doesn't matter. It's all the same color, so like it's fine. Why? I mean, frame height, like max height. Nope. Did the exact same thing. Expanding stack views in either of the dimensions follows the same pattern of applying frame. Max width, okay. I just, like, I don't understand why it's not growing. Like, why is it not going up more? Like, there's obviously more space for it to expand. Like, why? Color dot blue, blue, blue. Okay, so the pink is where it sits. The blue is all the space it has. Like, why are we not going all the way up? Because, like, obviously it can. Like, what am I not doing correctly? Okay, this is a very long string. Max height dot infinity should take up the entire string. SwiftUI makes it easy for two views that are the same size and the same if there's no need for a geometry reader or whatsoever, then you can apply fixed size. The key is to give each view you want to size an infinite maximum height or width. Oh. Let's see. Let's play. I mean, what am I losing? Nothing. The answer is I'm losing nothing. Control I. There we go. Everything's nice and organized now. Ha! Ha 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 ha. That's great. That's all I wanted. That's all I needed, to be honest. Okay, let's add some paddings back now. I don't need the background colors anymore. Ha 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 ha. Nope, I need that. That's what I don't need. Whoops. Programming. Thank you. That's literally all I wanted this entire time. Okay, so that's way better. That's way more what I wanted. Check that out. Sweet. That's what I wanted this entire time. It looks way cleaner, which is gonna be great. Like, this min length property was literally all I needed for it to work correctly. So that's cool. Thank you, Paul Hudson, for giving me the thing that I did not know I needed. I had no idea that that was what I needed, but Paul always does. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is kick out this find control on or off into like the right, because there's no reason for it to be like it is. I think I'm going to kick it off to the left though. Yeah. I actually had a design for this. Hold on. I think I had a design for it. I'm sorry, I'm so like blurgity blurg blurg blurg. Okay, so basically it's just a toggle button. So let's see. Let's go ahead and go to real view, see what we can do. Oh, I should probably commit this, huh? Where is my Git Kraken? All right, so inside Git Kraken, What are we gonna do here? We are gonna say, we are gonna pop my bag. All right, so inside get cracking, as one does. To commit things, we are gonna stage these changes. Oh no, we're not gonna stage that one, but great. Looks and feels way better on different sizes because I have all that space now when you expand. Oh, what does it do here? It still is really squished and really cramped, and the crappy part is I want to keep that basically the same. Right? Like, wouldn't you want to keep it basically the same? Well, I don't know. We might move some things around. How many buttons is that across? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 3 plus 3 is 9. 6 plus 4 is 10. There's 10 buttons across. Anyway, let's focus on making this look good horizontally. So like horizontally instead of vertically for now. Remember, it's all about like scoping it out, doing it right, making sure it looks good. It looks correctly here. Jump to definition. All right, that got done, right? Yeah, and I haven't pushed it, I don't think. Great. Let's go back to Xcode. Okay. What? Why did I go to SwiftUI? And go to real view, jump to definition. There we are. There she blows. Is boom. Okay. So this is fine control. All right, so this is if iPad or room for 5 encoders. And that's my fine control. So what we could do here is, okay, I see. We have a spacer on top. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. I have a spacer on bottom. Let's go ahead and get rid of that because we're not going to need it. And this is a V stack, which in reality, I want it to be an H stack. We're not going to need this to be an H stack anymore because we're going to go into a toggle. And it's going to be fine control is on is bling. Is encoder fine? Oh, it's time to stand up, y'all. Ooh. Yes, I have not hit my stand goal yet. Do I know if my desk will actually raise all the way to like not like kill me? I don't know. We are gonna do something different that I don't usually do. I have to hit my stand goal, so we're gonna stand. And we're gonna work on this. Isn't this fun, y'all? All right, that's basically what I wanted. Kind of, sort of. It's getting there. I bet if I throw this into a control group modifier, it'll work better. Let's pop these on. All right, so let's do, so there's this thing called a control group view. Let's see what happens there. I gotta get my stand goal. I'm sorry, y'all. This is what happens when you don't get your stand goal by 9 o'clock at night. You have to stream while you do this. Oh, it's upset. It's only available for, oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I'm guessing group boxes too then. And I think this is actually my last one. So once I hit it, we'll be good. Oh, check that out. It actually looks pretty decent now. Except for the fact that it stretches like that. Like, we're getting golden, y'all. It's looking good. Not even that bad vertical. It's on the wrong side though, so we gotta switch that. All right, so something random that I've really been thinking about doing, and you can tell me if I'm right, wrong, whatever you want to say for this, but something I've really been thinking about doing, why have I not hit my, is I really want to do one of those Pomodoro timer things where you do like streams, you know, and then like epidemic sound could go on in the background. It's going to require a lot of like work and effort on my part to find sounds that all fit together. But you have that go 24 hours and you have every hour. Yeah. Like we do the Pomodoro technique. And then I could either pop into that or incorporate that Pomodoro timer into my current live stream. I don't know. It's been an idea that's been like going through my mind on how I'd get that done. All right. But that's for another day. So, let's do, all right, so we have this on, programming, looks way better over there. Which is great, that's what it needs to be. I don't know. I'm just kind of making numbers up. There you go. All right, so that looks good there. Let's, okay. All right, so that's looking decent there. I really want it to just have a little bit of padding on the right. So if I do a, little bit of padding on the right though, what's that gonna look like? I guess I could just do it and see what happens. Like, I wish I knew. Well, that whole thing's 200. No, this is just 200. So what if we just do a... It's gonna be really lame, y'all. But I think this is what I can do. Let's see what happens. Probably wrong, but let's see. Yeah, it didn't work like I wanted it to. Because I didn't put anything inside it. Let's see. All right. So I put a little bit of a frame in there, like an invisible frame, basically. Let's go like huge. Let's do like 100. Nah, there's nothing there. Okay, that didn't work like I wanted it to either. Oh, well, because I'm doing this all wrong. Just put a spacing of 30 and see what happens. And programming, way better. Sorry, y'all, 1 second. New cats are like the best to watch. Boom. All right. Well, I can actually pretty much live with this if it looks all right. Like it's doable. Like put it this way, it's doable for now. I think it's even that looks way better than what it did before. Okay. That looks great for an iPad. Let's see. Okay, so this is default. So that's if we know we want to keep this like group box thing going, don't we? Yeah. Yeah, we do. I don't need that. And this one as well. Boom. All right, so let's Control I and fix all this. So iPad or room for 5 encoders, like going across is what that means. Then we have down here the ones for that aren't and have to be broken up. So let's go and try to run that on my 13 Pro and let's see what it looks like. Let's see if it's totally messed up and hopefully it's not, but I never know. I never know what I'm getting myself into. Let's just see. Today is the first day, I will tell you, that I wish I had like a personal MacBook. The first day since like the end of August, I think, because I realized like I really wanted to do a lot of this on my own, like on my computer, like on the couch. That's not bad. Hey, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hi. Oh, I need to edit the comments and make them look better now that we can do this fun stuff here. Where'd that go? Boom. I actually like, and then the background will make it black. But how's it going? I'm just working on my app again. That's what I do. So like Tuesdays, I try to like work on the app like full and get a lot of it done on the app. So we'll see how it's going. It looks a lot better than it did before. I did a lot of work in the morning, this morning and like the last couple of mornings before work. So I kind of like a little background on this app a lot. Is like, this is, I kind of went over this already. No, I did it on Twitch. So I made this app whenever I was working at my previous job. It's used to control like lighting computers. So computers that control lights at concerts and stuff like that. And I worked as tech support for that. And I heard a lot of what users wanted. I knew what I wanted as an actual user. And now this is what's going on. Hey, Peter, how's it going? Good evening. And this was the app. Wanting to make this app is the app that got me into actually learning app development. And now it's just time to make it better. But yeah, so this has been it's been a fun process here. So we have, that works. That looks way better than it did before, let me tell you. I actually want that frame. Yeah, good. I'm glad. And welcome in. Glad you were able to catch one as well. I've got a little bit more time, a little bit more steam left in me before I call it done. So we're gonna hopefully keep going here. Max width. We're gonna make this go full stream ahead. My plan was to use like what's called geometry readers in here so I could get like this size and actually like plan out the right size and such, but I don't think I need to do that. I might end up having to do that with the buttons at some point, but we'll see. Dot infinity. So I do Twitch in the mornings. So I do Twitch on Monday, Friday mornings at 8 a.m. and then YouTube, and then on Tuesday evenings I go to YouTube. Purely to change it up, but I do try to do both. I was doing Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but I'm affiliate on Twitch, and technically that is against terms of service, and I just don't want to. I don't think I would get caught because I usually average like 1 viewer a stream, but I don't want to. But I don't want to like do that. I don't want to like get caught basically. I totally get it. No, you're good. I used to do the YouTube account thing where to have like I'd have like apps by MW. That was the first one I was trying to do. And then I was like, you know, instead of trying to do two separate YouTube, one for watching, one for like Swift stuff, let's just put it all together, mess up the algorithm completely, all that fun stuff. Yeah, after I think I had 2 people actually point out that I was breaking the rules, and I was like, I guess I'll be done with that. I was going by like the Devin Nash of like, don't worry, you probably won't be caught. And I probably wouldn't have been, but I am trying to not break the rules as much. And I can do both, so why not do both? So why not do both? And I felt bad for Twitch. Like I had stopped. The only time I was streaming on Twitch was on Tuesday evenings, the same time I was doing YouTube. And I finally decided it was time to not be doing that. Until you are, said the police. Exactly. Like, we won't be caught until I'm caught. So, you know, I'd rather just, like, not let it be caught. And I felt bad. I do have a couple of subscribers on Twitch that, like, I feel like I should be doing more towards. Is that right? Yeah. That should be enough. That should get me... Oh, no, that's not what I want. True, and then false. I don't want vertical to take up the entire space. So, and then... But, yeah, so we're on both. So, I'm just splitting up the time. So I've actually noticed, like, people... So horizontal's true, fixed size is true, horizontal's false. Do I have to give myself a... They are... I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do a fixed size yet. Twitch is its own... And just like you have different YouTube style streams, you have different Twitch style streams. I found Twitch is a lot more... I found Twitch is a lot more, like, I don't know what I found. Twitch doesn't have as much of an algorithm as much as YouTube does. So it's kind of, you just stumble upon whoever's live at that point and that's it. Whereas with YouTube, you're more like, you're fed into that algorithm. So like I get recommended streams from like people I subscribe to, of course, and then also people that like are completely off the wall, like that I don't subscribe to, but like I like their content. I just haven't hit that subscribe button. But yeah, like Twitch, like discovery, like is zilch on Twitch. So like, which is why I've started doing like if you follow me on Twitter, I've started doing the tweets, like I'm gonna go live the next day, and then I do the following day. I also say, hey, you can go catch the live stream if you want to. I don't know. I'm getting replays on Twitch as well, but like those only stay for like 2 weeks, and then they're gone into the ether. Actually, they're just stored on my hard drive here. And I should put them back on. I should put them on YouTube and just like don't announce that they're on YouTube, but I haven't yet. Ooh. Yeah, either mention both or just my Twitch is fine. I'm starting to pick that back up on Monday and Friday mornings, but then that's super early. So, YouTube though is where it's all at. Oh, most definitely, yeah. YouTube without a doubt is better for like consistent views, and it's better for like constant views. Like if I could do this, right? I guess it's mine. I'm not making any money. At least not on YouTube. Let's see real quick. What can... Ugh. So Peter, did anyone here buying the new, where'd it go? What am I talking about? Are you gonna buy the new MacBook Pro? Because I know I'm probably gonna hit some FOMO. Yeah, but like my Twitch will never hit this many views here. Like it's just not going to, like no matter what. I'll show my analytics. I don't really care. I'm not making anything really on here. I have friends who just want to get the like all the tiers, but that's about it. Oh, you just got it. So you just got one of the M1s. That's fair. I'm assuming that you just got one of the M1s. My mom just got one of the M1 MacBook Pros, and I've been like a little jelly. And then the new ones were announced recently. The new ones were announced on Monday, but you know. Okay, and then look, here are my like my like average views for my Twitch streams. Like they're like nothing. So I'm not really like in anything. Like people come around, but that's it. These two, yeah, I mean, but yeah, the one you got 4 months ago is totally perfect, especially even just for streaming stuff. Like I'm not in a hurt for any laptop, so I won't be trading anything in. Oh, you're gonna get the 14-inch and MacBook Pro. Oh, y'all, okay, I was actually like jonesing for a 14-inch MacBook Pro before I got my Mac Mini. Like I had held out with the Mac Mini for a while, and all I wanted was that 14-inch to be announced, so that's what I went through. That's what I would get. So I am actually really jelly right now also. But yeah, no, I mean, same. I have the M1 Mac Mini as well, and it's the best, and it's been great. I have that, and then work issued me a 16-inch MacBook Pro, but I don't do anything like personal on it. It's purely for work, and then whenever I'm on the couch, I'm just on my iPad. But I think the M1 Mac Mini, unless you're like traveling out and about, like is like a perfect like desktop computer. And then the wife has, we can't see it, can we? No. The wife has the, it's dark, so it doesn't matter. The wife has the actual like the blue M1 iMac. And now I messed up my camera forever. There we go. It's a little bit better. But what's funny about the M1 iMac over there is my iPad Pro actually has more RAM than that does. That's crazy. That's fair for the same screen. Yeah, I totally get that. Bye. Have a good night. Enjoy your evening. I also love those colors. We were going to go purple. Well, she wanted to go purple, but instant gratification and purples were not around and available at the time. She like, that's ultimately what she really wanted, was the purple one, but like I said, they weren't around at the time. Max width is dot infinity. It should be going. Where am I not? I wonder if it has to. I know, right? Like a blue. Maybe it's good I'm going to pass on this generation of laptops, of MacBooks, because maybe that'll give them time to like make a Sierra blue MacBook Pro. I mean, they already have the like machining for the phones, which I guess is glass. That, well, is it? No, it's aluminum on the back. Well, I guess it's actually kind of glass. I don't know. But yes, I wish they did color. I wish they just did colors on all their products. Like, I found my purple iPod Nano from a while ago, and that was the bomb. That was like the best color. Okay, so that isn't helping at all. That's fine. I'll just do this. That still looks way better than my button did, so I will live with that. All right, so I had a suggestion from a user, and it's just like a do I need to do this type deal? But I had a suggestion from a user actually say to swap the encoders and these buttons, and I think that might actually be useful purely because, and I think that might be useful because like usually, so like I know that we're not really, I would assume we're not really lighting programmers here except for me. That might be a bad assumption. Is that by hitting this button, this is iHog. It's my remote control app that I have for like for a lighting console. When hitting this button, you're usually 9 times out of 10 going in here to actually change the encoders. So I feel like, and that's what these big buttons are here for here. So I feel like by swapping the buttons on the, by swapping the buttons, because you're not going to hit the buttons first. So like if you think about like when you're holding the phone, you want what you're going to interact with at the bottom. Oh, it's time for me to go to bed. Awesome. You want what you're going to interact with at the bottom. So by swapping the button, the kind keys was intensity, position, color, beam. So these buttons at the bottom here, by swapping those, because you're not going to hit those first. You're usually going to hit the encoder wheel first. You probably want to swap them. I think that makes sense to do. And then we put the fine control at the top. But it still needs to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I think that makes sense. The user was just telling me like it makes sense because then he doesn't have to move his thumb as far. Like if you just want to attack those 3, those 5 things first. That's true. I can try it, and they are on the test flight. So if they're like, oh yeah, I changed my mind, I can change it. And then at some point I can add a setting to switch it back. That would be probably the best idea, is to make that a setting. Yeah, one-handed app usage is always the best. I missed one in here. You upgraded the watch. All clear conscience. That's till I have yet. I'm still on this. I'm on the Series 5. I think I'm still okay to keep going with the watch that I have. The wife has a Series 6. I know she won't upgrade. She only upgraded because I went to Best Buy and bought her the watch because she was like, my watch keeps shutting off, and it was an old Series 3. But for what I use my watch for, like my Series 5 could probably go another year. But I'm glad you were able to clear your conscience. You got all your spending out. That's great. Yeah. The 4 was definitely seeing its age. I have a friend who also has a 4, I think, and was also feeling it was seeing its age. Oh yeah. No, I made a very, yeah, but yeah, no, don't worry. believe me, it's very easy for me to want to spend money, and I'm actually being really self-controlled right now by like, no, I don't need a new laptop. My Mac Mini is fine. I think once we get closer to the pandemic being closer to being over, I know we're over in quotes, like I don't even know what that qualification is, but where we feel more comfortable like flying, possibly traveling more again, I'll probably be like, okay, I have to trade in this M1 or I have to sell this Mac Mini because I need to get a actual like laptop again that I can work on. Or I just like put my Xcode, or I just put Xcode on the 16-inch MacBook Pro and I call it done, and I just work from there, and like I don't worry about spending more money. Oh. Which would probably be the best idea. Okay, so let's try swapping them. I mean, why not? I'm gonna do it anyway. So that's in. Okay, so let me get this here. We'll get this get part done first. Updated toggle to look way better. This round of updates is getting it updated for the iPad mini, for the new iPad mini, because I realized size classes changed for the new iPad mini. Did you know that they have I probably just am behind the times on the size classes with SwiftUI, but the iPad mini 6th gen is the same size class as the iPad Pro 12.9 inch. I had no idea. And then so there's that, and then there's also the I was missing some buttons. I was missing this set of buttons, so yeah. Oops. Yeah, they definitely mess with those sizes purely to annoy us. Because like I am under the impression that like even though it's the same like screen to screen like thing, it's the same screen to screen, like I could have been a little bit better about taking into account for the like actual device itself. But alas, I just do what is asked. But I actually ended up liking this a lot more now that it made me have to rethink about what I was doing. So that was nice at least. Thanks, Apple, for making me do a better design. I think I think the more I keep learning about SwiftUI, the more I realized my initial thought of it was actually making it a hindrance and making it harder to solve for this problem. But like, I didn't know that spacers had this thing called this property called a min length. So like this gap right here is purely the min length, which is the 20. And then you hit the button here and then it can expand as much as it needs to, which definitely made this a lot easier now. Like I need to go and fix this part. But I think I think the more I get into SwiftUI, the more it does solve for these issues. But I thought it would be a lot easier. I think you're right. I think SwiftUI should have been a lot easier than it was, but where's the fun in that if you aren't playing with it like this? All right, so that's there, I think. I just need the buttons to be smaller based on the screen size, based on like what the geometry reader is picking up. But like it's getting better because like that command line text is getting overridden on that encoder, getting overbuilt over there. So we'll see. Yeah, and like figuring out how the modifier is definitely like they could be better. They could be better laid out for sure. Or like I think I just need to go back through the documentation and read what's actually in the documentation again, just because I'm a little bit like, well, I just haven't, and so it would be good to probably do that. Ooh, you're still using storyboards. I shifted, but granted, I think you do this for like a jobby job, if I'm correct. I shifted all my apps to SwiftUI, and I haven't actually touched the other app in over a year. And that was the app that I was using as like some fun, like to build, like that's my test app that I usually take to the next iOS, like the next version of iOS or iPadOS first, just because it's not as used. Thanks, yeah, it definitely looks good on here. The iPhone's not terrible either until you rotate it, and then once you rotate it, all is broken loose, but it will get better. The goal is that is what's next, is landscape on the phone. Ooh. Ooh. That is no bueno. Yeah, the notch definitely kills it a little bit, but that's okay. But at least on my Mac Mini, I don't have to deal with a notch. I actually got to skip the Objective-C era of learning iOS things. I think there's a cat at my door. I saw that today. I shared it in my Discord and was like, oh, I'm going to save money, y'all. I'll just pretend the whole time. I'll put a notch on my 34-inch monitor and it'll be great. I think I got it from your Twitter, actually. All right, I think that's it for the night. I think that's all I need. I don't think I need to do much more tonight. I'm gonna ship it. Did I run it since I switched the things? Oh, I didn't actually switch the things. That's what happened. Ha, I didn't finish it. Let's go into encoder kind sheet. Let's switch it, because I did not do that. Okay, so this is the close button. There we go. Right? Yeah. No. Yes. Yes. Hold on. But yes, that was the best product hunt. Sydney. Okay. Yes, that was the best thing I've seen on Product Hunt in a while. It was pretty darn good. Wait, why did they not switch? Did I not do the right one? Okay, so, oh, I didn't. Ah. Okay. Ah, yes. I don't think that'll fly. I am trying to, so this is where my big spend is. And I am trying to take advantage of the fact that, I know, Cindy does sound like she's gonna die. I don't know where she is. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Sorry. I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that used cars, like in good condition, are like really high right now in the trade-in values. So I'm actually ending up, I'm gonna go trade in my car soon, hopefully. Vertical, okay, so this would be in the horizontal. So if it's a compact V-stack, okay. Ah, compact size class. I knew I marked it somewhere. So I'm gonna hopefully trade in my car soon, and I have a new car on order. So really, I shouldn't be spending any money on new Apple products besides the phone. Because we're not gonna tell the dealer this, but I've had an awful time with my, cool. I think that makes sense. Well, there's just, but I don't need the spacer at the bottom. I might end up having a padding. But I've had like I've had issues with my car, like a lot of issues, like where it's been, like right off the lot, it ended up overheating. Like, and I bought it brand new too, like 3 years ago, 3 years ago, 2018, yeah. I bought it brand new and it like overheated almost immediately, taking it off the lot, like within the first week. And the only reason it didn't go back that week was because I had to go out of town the following, like the Monday after, like a week after buying it. So like I didn't have time to take it back. Bottom. So like that was a whole mess, and then it was in the shop for like 2 weeks basically. And I've basically taken it back into the shop. In the 3 years that I've owned it, it's gone in the shop 4 or 5 times, and it has had to be there for at least 4 or 5 days each time. So it's been a grand old time of having a brand new car in the shop, basically. Oh, and the battery died in less than 3 years. So I'm just like, something is wrong electrically in the Jeep, that it needs to go back. And like it needs a new owner, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. It barely has 36,000 miles on it. So I'm like, hopefully it's all right. Yeah. And you know, the weather wasn't even that bad. Like that's like, yeah, I know it's hot in Texas, but I bought it in September of 2018. Like September's at least it's starting to tail down a little bit, but man, yeah, I'm sure. I'm glad I can bring some joy. I mean, basically my car needs a new owner. It does. It's time. It's time for it to have someone new. I don't like that the buttons at the bottom though on these. I feel like the fine control button should be at the top. So here, if we are to go away here. Yep. So this is in compact, which is what we're in. We'll move this up to here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically I need a new car. The car needs a new owner. It needs one that doesn't care as much on the inside. Also, like, one of the reasons of getting a new car when I did was I really wanted CarPlay to work better. That should work fine. All right, let's run it on a Mini real quick and see what happens. Actually an SE. If it works good on an SE being swapped like that, then I will be happy. Part of me wanting to get the Jeep when I did, the new Jeep, that Jeep when I did, was that I wanted the CarPlay. Like they had Apple CarPlay. So I was super happy about getting CarPlay because it's great. Like I spent 2 years before that, like traveling like multiple times a month and like using CarPlay with every rental car, and it was awesome. Great, this looks awesome. I'm gonna send it up to test flight. Except for this, don't stage that. We can actually discard those changes. Discard. Yes, great. Layout for encoders or swapped. Oh yeah, CarPlay, totally worth it. Like it's great. It's awesome. Like it is awesome. But I highly recommend CarPlay. But the CarPlay goes out. I mean, like my car now doesn't recognize CarPlay every other time. Like I don't like push it. Like every other time I plug in my phone, because it's not wireless CarPlay. So every other time I plug in my phone, it literally is just like, you didn't plug anything into the USB ports. And like all the dealer says and all the service people say is, oh, use the phone. Oh, it's all wired. It's wired using the cable that came with the iPhone. Both USB-C and USB-A, because I have an old USB-A one somewhere. And that's all they ever say is, oh, it's an issue because you're using the wrong cable. And I'm like, I'm not using the wrong cable. I'm using the cable that came with it. So I'm like, I just want to do something different with it. I want to get a different one. So it's time. I'm gonna try to get a hold of that. I have not tried TestFlight or Xcode Cloud yet. I was actually just talking about how I saw one of the developers I follow on Twitter, Build 128, on Twitter actually get it, which was super cool. Get Xcode Cloud beta access. I don't think I'm using profiles correctly for them to update, for Apple to give me it, to be honest. But I'm gonna hopefully try soon for it. All right, let's put in a draft a new release. What is wrong with me? So it'll be 129. Okay. Let's create a new tag, V20. Wait, did I see that there was a new tag already being created? Sydney Wilson. Sydney Wilson. Okay, I'm almost done. All right, well, come in here. Come work with me. All right, Sydney, are you gonna help me build this? I know, you're hungry. It's true. They help catch. I actually have two. The other one's somewhere, probably also begging for food, but she's the talkative one. But yeah. So I've not tried TestFlight for Mac. I don't have a Mac app. I wish I did. The next goal is to get this working on Silicon Macs or on Apple Silicon, and then we'll try. But Xcode Cloud is also on my list to try as well. I need to figure out how to use like test schemes and stuff correctly. I usually do just give up with, like, once it's not working, I give up, but I really rely on maps to get me everywhere, which is the issue. Basically, she is very, very upset that me and her other mom have not fed her yet, but it's gonna be okay. She is gonna be all right. She will not starve. Yeah. Great. The 2021-4-129 .4.129. Oh, that's cool. Select a valid tag to automatically add Markdown for all the merge pull requests. That's nifty. Oh yeah, most definitely. It always is. Let's go back into releases though. This is just github.com. I have yet to actually download the GitHub. I have yet to download the GitHub app because github.com works perfectly fine. Work uses the GitHub CLI though, which is pretty nifty. Hi, yeah, I know. I think your mom's feeding your sister. I'm sorry that she's not feeding you. Okay. Man, she is loud. I'm almost done. I promise. But yeah, I'm gonna try it next just to get it done. I forget I'm wearing my lav mic that I usually use for like my videos and such, and so I forget that if I just walk around, you can clearly very much hear exactly what I'm saying. Okay, how is this going? This is still on hold. It really doesn't matter. It can just abort and run the other one. It'll run the other one. Oh no, it's cool. It's done. I basically am done until Bitrise figures out this has been aborted. We'll run this test. So it's gonna run the test, do all the fun, like build numbers and all that fun jazz, push it up to App Store Connect for me. And that is actually it. So I'm actually done now. I am going to sign off. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for the chit chat. It's fun. It's good. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad it gets you a break from your code and you can open it up into someone else's life and someone else's apps. So I'm glad. I'm glad I can help there. All right, y'all. With that being said, I am signing off for the night. I really appreciate coming by and checking out and watching me code and struggle through Geometry Reader and all that fun stuff. And I will catch y'all next time. Bye.